had John up next about his Camry. He's got a weird problem with his Camry's dashboard.
All right. Hey, John, go ahead and tell us what you got going on.
Hey, John. Barry, thank you very much. But the dashboard, all from one side to the other side, as soon as the car gets, the windshield and the inside gets around 85, 180 degrees or 90 degrees, the whole thing turns into beeswax. That's just Play-Doh up there. And you can't put anything on it; it just sticks right to it. And I talked to somebody, and they said, "Well, just scrape it off." Well, I tried a little corner, and it goes right down to the cardboard.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, is there an alternative? Is it a defective dashboard, or I don't understand?
It's a defective dash. Now, I will tell you this, and this is, and I try to mention this as often as I can. It doesn't come up very often, but when it comes to a dashboard, I always tell folks, stay away from these, and a product like Armor All or any of these interior wipe type treatments that you just wipe the stuff and it looks brand new again. Well, no, it don't, because see, the stuff like that was never made. Your interior does not come from the factory all shiny. When you put something like that on a dash, what it does is it'll intensify the UVs of the sun's rays, and it'll literally just turn the dash into a glob of goo. Plus, at night, you don't want a glossy dashboard that's going to reflect oncoming traffic headlights. And so your dash is not supposed to be, glossy by no means. But that is a lot of times what we see that actually starts creating problems like this. And there's nobody that gets any more upset as my wife takes her car into a car wash and come back with the dashboard gleaming shiny. That right there is a telltale sign that somebody put some sort of a dressing on it that they shouldn't have. And I'll usually send her right back and tell them to remove it, or they can replace the dash when it cracks. But that's usually what causes it. Now, that being said, Toyota and Lexus had some faulty interior components from about '07 up to around 14 or 15, if I'm not mistaken. And even if a vehicle was several years old, they were replacing door panels and dashboards and center consoles and dash parts on several Lexus models and some Toyota models. And they were doing this out of the goodness of their own heart, which really was just an incredible thing that I seen a car company do. Even if the vehicle's 10, 12, 15 years old, they were replacing this stuff for free. And this wasn't nothing that was made. They were not made to do this by any safety feature or National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They were spending countless millions of dollars replacing a lot of faulty interior parts. Now, what I would do if I was you, I would start looking online to see if there is some sort of a special policy adjustment that they were offering. Now, they did this on a lot of the Lexuses, almost all the models. So I know that there was a few Toyotas by year that they were replacing faulty door panels and door handles and consoles and dash panels and stuff like that as well. So you may want to check and see if yours was one of the affected vehicles. And if you don't see anything online, call the local dealer and give them your vehicle identification number and just tell them to check to see if there was anything pertaining, any special policy adjustment as far as replacement of the actual dash itself. You'd be surprised. If it was any other car company, I'd probably tell you don't even bother to waste your time, because if they did do a recall or a special policy adjustment, it's probably for just a year or two. But Toyota and Lexus, it really isn't like that. When you buy a vehicle from them, they don't want interior features like that to affect their vehicle. It's just, I guess they just have so much pride in what they produce, you know. So in a case like this, you know, definitely look online, see if you come up with something for that particular car, and then call them up, give them the VIN number, and see if something comes back. I'll be honest with you, John, it would not surprise me if Toyota winds up, if it's still available, replacing the dash in the car. It would not surprise me whatsoever. But find out if that was one of the vehicles that had the affected interior components. And if so, I'd appreciate you give us a call back and let us know what you find on that. Thanks for the call.